I find it suspicious and disturbing that a judge, Judge Hugh Southey KC, could decide that the allegations made by Dale Semper, who was arrested, pulled over in his car by the Met Police, wrongly accused of gun crime, and has now been exonerated, but he's lost his high-flying job as a bank manager because he was racially profiled by a police force that is out of control. We know it's out of control because we've got so many problems relating to the police force. In fact, we've got many problems relating to all aspects of our public life. Why? Because the leadership that we've got, I suggest, has made it very clear that we should be testing the limits of the law. In other words, and we should be challenging the law. In other words, we don't trust the law. And if ordinary citizens don't trust the law, if ordinary subjects of His Majesty don't trust the law, then the people who are supposed to enforce it don't trust the law either. And it is quite extraordinary that I'm sorry to keep using the word extraordinary, but that really is the issue. When a story pops up, that is because it is extraordinary. So I suppose everything I talk about probably is predicated on the extraordinary. But I find it bizarre that a High Court judge should decide that the case should be tried by a judge and not by a jury because Hugh Southey KC, the judge, says that the matter is of too great public importance to be decided by jurors and instead needs the expertise of a judge. This goes back to August 2017, when Dale Semper and his partner Denise Huggan were stopped by the police when he was dropping her off at the train station. Officers ordered him out of the car. He said that they'd got the wrong guy. He was then driven back to his home. It was searched. He had the experience of being humiliated, standing outside his home in handcuffs in front of his neighbours. Somebody who's supposed to be dealing with, bank issues. The bank manager is humiliated in the street simply because he was racially profiled. So he's got good reason, I think, to be suing the Met, and I would have thought that's something that a jury... Surely the top of our court system is trial by jury. And for a judge to be saying that this is too important to be tried by a jury is to pull the rug from under the very foundation of our legal system, from the principles of Magna Carta. I don't really understand. The police also, not only did they arrest him on the basis of racial profiling, they also called his bank and told them that he was believed he was involved in people smuggling. And that, of course, led to the bank dismissing him, I suppose. This is about a substantial loss of earnings, but it's also about reputation based on racial stereotyping. Now, I would imagine this is not only about getting money back, but about ensuring that the police officers involved in that failed bid, in that error, should be disciplined. I think they should be taken off the force. But then the problem is that racial stereotyping trope is part of the force's modus operandi. So to punish one police officer for doing what every police officer in the Met is told to do, that seems unfair as well. What the Met needs to do is pull itself together get rid of racial profiling altogether, and start doing its job properly. More officers on the beat, less people watching television screens intermittently. The police, like doctors, should know their people. Because somebody coming into a surgery whose history isn't known, who is seeing a different doctor every time he or she goes into the surgery, this isn't reassuring. The same thing with the police. There was a time when the police knew the area, if not everybody in it. Now I don't think they do. So the alternative to that is a police force which acts like a quasi-army. And that isn't very reassuring. A police force that is feared rather than respected. Indeed, the friendly policeman that you go to ask for directions. The few times that I've gone to police recently to ask for directions, I've been told I don't know the area. Or they don't know the area is more to the point. I don't know the area. We know that.